Hi, welcome back to our Only Eat from the Garden journey. This is day 9. I'm very impressed that we made it to day 9. I can't believe we've done it a week and still have a decent amount of food in our garden to go after. Right now it's pretty difficult because I made the kids stromboli for the week. And these big delicious stromboli smell amazing. I just want to eat it all. But I'm making myself some hash browns and eggs. And sadly, Ben is at work all week this week, so he's going to have a hard time having to pack his food and bring it. And they will be providing food most of the week, so he's deciding to say no to that and still eat from the garden. So pat him on the back if you see him, because that's going to be difficult for him. And then this morning he forgot his oatmeal in the microwave, and so he had to just power through. He did take some date bars that we're allowing ourselves to have at work, so he has that at least. So hopefully by 4:35 he's okay. But we'll see.
Good evening, day 9.
Mm-hmm.
So, no video yesterday for day 8. It was Sunday. Took a day off from videoing. We went to a niece's birthday, and we kind of said going into it that for parties and events that we get invited to, that people are willing to provide, it's fine for us to eat. So we had some soup, we had some cake. Didn't go crazy. Really, the challenge is, can we feed ourselves at home from our own garden? So we kind of thought, well, we're not home, and other people are willing to provide, and we're not trying to shut community out. So we indulged. It was yummy. And it was fun eating with other people. Mm-hmm. I liked it. But also, the resolve is weakened.
I'm definitely having a feeling of why are we doing this? Today I was surrounded by a bunch of good food, and I was cooking all day, and it was really difficult to not just eat what I'm making for other people and the effort that I'm putting into stuff. And a couple crumbs might have found their way into my belly. Oops.
Maybe a couple. And another note, what we would like to do this week as a modification, we were kind of tracking last week's days and all the calories we would gain from the different meals we had, and we were regularly really low, half of the calorie count of a really strict diet.
Yeah. So they say you can survive decent on 1,200 calories a day, and we are getting maybe 600 to 700, and so we're we were definitely feeling it. Saturday I definitely felt depleted and weak and not very great, and so we're doing a little bit of yogurt with some, if anybody has heard of A2 milk, stringies. So we're going to use that because it is supposed to be more stomach friendly, inflammation friendly. So we're going to do that. And then we're thinking about including 1 portion of meat a day. So just doing that extra meat a day will help us get that calorie count and protein amount up. Since we unexpectedly lost another chicken the beginning of last week, was it 2 weeks ago or something?
2 weeks, yeah.
We lost another layer, so we're only getting 3 to 4 eggs a day, and trying to at least have 2 eggs each day. So we're coming up short. So that's been a little tricky to try to navigate nutrient wise, because the goal isn't for us to just go hungry and
Right.
yeah.
I mean, we said that we would be impressed if we made it 2 weeks
Yeah.
on just the amount of food we have.
Right. And I think we don't fully know how strict to be. Like, we could go super hardcore and make our bodies like not do well, or we can try to make it sustainable and something that we can continue for our family. And just make sure that we're using everything from our garden before getting groceries, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I would like to, like, once we run out of meat of our own, to look at more local sources and trying to source things closer to home versus the big shops. And so I think that's what we want our goal to be a little bit more, is just, like I said, keeping things closer to home. And hopefully the eating from the garden more will help compensate for costs, because eating locally is not cheap, because they're trying to earn a living too. So
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think we are achieving our goal, which was learning and seeing what we could do. One note that Julia just brought up is variety. We lack variety. And to have something to keep our interest, we want variety.
Yeah.
So the next time we do this, which I think we still would like to do, even little small periods like this of a month or something where we try to do everything totally from home, would be to prepare ourselves with more variety.
Yeah. And I think in the future, that's our hope. Like, we have raspberries, blackberries, black currant maybe, blueberries, nectarines, apples, cherries.
All of it.
So we have like fruit there, which we haven't had. We have watermelon that will hopefully be good at some point. We have sweet potatoes that will hopefully be good. Like, we have lots of variety right now, but what is good now is potatoes, tomatoes, beans. That's it.
Yeah.
And so
and our corn fell through almost 100%.
That's what we were like really banking on this year doing this. We got that corn for this time.
Yep.
And it's growing well everywhere else in the neighborhood except our yard.
Yeah,
the squirrels planted it.
Literally just planted it. And the neighbor behind us, it's like this beautiful 4.5 foot or maybe even like 6 foot stalk, thick. It's got 2 big ears coming up, but it's not going to do well because it doesn't have pollen, you know, from neighboring plants. It's just,
but it's like mocking us.
It's exactly what we wanted ours to look like.
Yeah.
So, so I don't think this isn't us saying we're done. We're gonna modify it for this week. Try to do a serving of meat probably at dinner, most likely, and see how this week goes. But maybe the 2-week mark is the mark that we end up shooting for.
Or else we'll just be eating tomatoes
for
all day, every day.
Yeah, tomatoes and 1 serving of like chicken.
Yeah,
which is hard.
But I do feel like we're cheating, or I don't know. But
hey,
maybe eventually we'll be super hardcore. But this is year 1.
This is year 1
of our very young garden. So
yeah, we have been doing this for 3 years. That's nothing.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
we've been eating mainly out of the side yard, and that is just new this year. So.
Oh yeah. I'm saying like our skills as gardeners.
Yeah.
In like an urban farm, has only been 3 years. But you're right. The beds that we're eating out of are newborns.
Yeah. And like all of our zucchini plants died, and so that was like a really good source of food, and we only have one that hasn't produced a single zucchini, so I don't know if that's going to be even worth anything. A lot of
Yeah.
our acorn squash died. Something keeps getting in our raised beds and eating like the base of them, and
Mm-hmm.
then they got exposed to bacteria and just rotted. So
Yep.
they gone.
Our cucumbers did poorly because
Yeah,
something
something got
in.
into our greenhouse and ate
Yeah.
some of those, and I guess climbed up the ropes and ate stuff. It's obnoxious. You'd think in a greenhouse that stuff would be safe, but because we don't have a door on it yet, we just put up a piece of wood and
Yeah.
stuff still goes.
Yep.
So
We found a bunch of big rats. We're slowly trying to deal with rats and mice, and it's been a hard to see process because we put all effort into it and we just see these little things kind of chip away at
yeah,
our food stores.
which I feel like every gardener understands, but
Yeah.
it's kind of comical how many rodents we have right next to a highway. We see deer, raccoons, possums, mice, bunnies, rats,
Oh yeah. Gosh.
and whatever other things. There's cats around here, birds, so many squirrels. The squirrels are jerks. They'll take a tomato, a almost ripe tomato, take a bite, and then leave it on like a seat for us to just see and
Out
find.
in the open.
Out in the open. Rude.
It
But
is rude. Anyways, so this is day 9. We had beans for dinner, green beans,
and chicken.
and two each had like a half of a breast of chicken, and yeah, I forgot to eat breakfast today, so it was a hungry day, and Julia had to not eat stromboli and amazing pesto white sauce over noodles
And cookies.
and cookies. So
And then we went to a birthday party with ice cream and hot dogs.
yeah,
I just want food.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, even if we didn't do any of those things, every time we open our fridge, it just stares in our face.
Because we're still giving our kids stuff, so
Yeah.
it's still there.
It's still there. Anyways,
All right, soapbox over.
yeah,
We'll stop whining.
we'll get back into gear. Thank you guys for watching.
See you tomorrow.